Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to some more Entropia content. And today I ended up recording another episode, but the first episode is probably not going to be able to make it onto YouTube because I fucked up the audio pretty bad. Now what happened was I was trying to answer some viewer questions and I opened the questions on YouTube, but as you can tell I'm not wearing earphones. So when the background noise in YouTube started playing at the same time while I was talking, I didn't realize it. So then the last part of my video all had double audio. So it was unusable and now I have to record a whole new episode. But I really didn't miss too much, or you guys didn't miss too much while I was in that episode that I can't just repeat. And I said a whole bunch of weird stories that probably weren't good to repeat anyways, so maybe it's for the best that episode got deleted. Well, it's not really deleted, I just didn't post it, so maybe I'll put it to the uncensored edition in my Patreon page. Where you can see all the episodes that would have normally got cut because of fucking technical difficulties. So what happened was I went to... I was at my shop in Monria, and that was the big news. I was like, yay, now I made it to my shop. I can put the fucking clothes that I spent all this money crafting to sell in my shops. Guess what happened? Any guess? Might have guessed already by the title of the video. No, I went to put the Mankinis on the fucking shelf, and it came up with a message saying it's banned. Can't even fucking sell it in my goddamn shops. So yeah, I spent all that time, all that money crafting things to sell in my shop, only to find out that the game has changed it so you can't sell them now. So I have to admit that was like a major disappointment, because this has been the whole goal of the last few episodes of my show, is to do this. And now that I've almost completed it, the last step was to put them in for sale, and I got fucking screwed by Mindark once again. Now I'm finding this very disappointed. In the old episode I was talking about how I wanted to sue Mindark for inequality issues. They're banning all the items for men that women are allowed to have in the game. That's not fair. But I was thinking that I'm not really into lawsuits, so I would never sue anyone for anything. But God, it's really disappointing that Mindark would do this. I should have seen it coming. I'm like, Sweden, well, not to make fun of them, but has quite a few issues with the... Well, I shouldn't say that. Before I used to make fun of Sweden saying they had too many issues with fucking progressive fucking politics and whatnot. But their stance on the virus, I really liked it. Yeah, so Sweden's not all bad. Some of their stuff is too progressive and some isn't. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe that's because the politics are getting involved. So I hope maybe there'll be a revival on these politics and we can get this Mankini issue resolved. At least on Rocktropia. I was going on about how I'd like to see, Never Die? I'd like to see him come back, bring an update to Rocktropia, and make it so his planet and Next Island both allow the Mankinis. So maybe we can start making lists of prune planets where there's a whole bunch of senior citizens that don't like to see young people stuff. And then there'll be one planets for young people that like other stuff. Maybe Never Die could go to be so bold as to add a new dance move that's only available in Rocktropia that works well with the Mankini. Oh man, I'm gonna get myself beat up over this. Or no one will ever speak to me in the game. Anyway, so yeah, that's some of the stuff. But the other good news I got was that the regular fucking Mankinis can be sold. Yeah, look, the Mankini's banned. I can't even sell it on Rocktropia. I realized when I got to Mondria that it wouldn't allow me to sell it there either. Alright, so if anyone wants to buy one of the new Renoa bikinis, I'll place it here. I'll put the price at 80 ped just right now. If anyone wants to help out my show and be a high roller, pay the close to the high end markup. But if it doesn't sell after a few weeks, I'll lower it to the price to standard markup so you guys can pick it up for cheap. Now I decided that I'm not going to sell any of my bikini prints because I only have one. But I will place a Mankini print for you guys for sale. So if anyone wants to be one of the first 100 people to own a Mankini print, you can see here that, God, I'm hitting, oh there it is. Yeah, the Mankini, less than 20 of them have sold. I'll give you a hint, one person has more than one too, so it is still pretty rare. And I just wanted to put a high TT value or plus to show you guys how big the fees are for still selling at shops. You can see if this sells, I pay almost a 15 ped fee. And that's for a shop that I own. But yeah, I've got this one ridiculously high. I recommend if you're not in the position to help out my show, then just pick up the Mankini print on the auction. Should be able to get one for around 40 ped. But if you want to just save yourself some time and help out the show, you can swing by my shop here at Camp Crunk and pick it up for 1,000 ped. And I'll try to use all the proceeds to help do more exciting stuff in the show. I'm not going to be chasing globals, but maybe I'll do some other stuff. Now I was mentioning too that when I say that I'm not going to do something, chances are that I'm probably going to do it anyways. Oh, here's Big Daddy. If you guys are wondering, this is Big Daddy. He's the one that used to own the shop next to mine. I don't know if I was telling that story about all the stuff that happened here with the shop sales. So yeah, he used to own this one, but somehow in the deal, he told me how it works, but I forget. Mindark took his shop and gave him this one, this giant house. And then they built this house that never even used to be here. And then this was the other shop that gave the other guy too. So now this guy owns two shops. This one and that one. And I think the whole thing happened is because I refused to sell. Well, I shouldn't say that. I said that I would sell mine, but I put a high price. And then, what was it, Mindark or the owners of Rocktropia, instead of letting me get my high price for selling a rare shop, they decided to undercut me by creating new shops. They built that one and gave it to him, or sold it to him privately. I was thinking that seemed a little bit sketch, right? Like, if the game is going to make a new shop and put it there, they should have put it on auction so everyone could bid on it. Not just customly build a shop for some guy. Like, I don't know, is that how it works? You can just tell Mindark, hey, I want to buy a shop somewhere, can you create it for me in the game? And then that's what they do. So maybe I'm bitching about over nothing. I was going to mention too, yeah, sorry about my clothes in the show lately. I've been stripping down layers and layers because it's getting so fucking hot. I swear to God I'm going to die recording these episodes one day because it's so hot. I don't have air conditioning. I don't even have a fan running right now, which I could get one hooked up, but it would interfere with the sound in the recording. So I couldn't really run it during the show anyways. No, but I'll try not to strip down any farther. I said too, for my patrons, what I might do is do a clothing optional episode, and I'll invite all the hottest chicks that do streaming for Entropia. Maybe not the married ones. But yeah, so yeah, I'll try to invite them on. I noticed there's a lot of really good looking chicks that do streaming for Entropia, so it's kind of nice to invite them on the show. Could help me get a lot of ratings, if you know what I mean. Not everyone's wanting to see me every day. Now I was thinking that of like video game girls or women. Of all the ones I've seen, maybe it's just because I'm biased to Entropia, but we seem to have the hottest streaming community. Biggest boobs. By a long shot. It's not even close. I won't mention any names, but man, please, more cleavage. Alright, Creative Juice. Got some other prints to work on. Yeah, today's episode, what was I all planning? To put the stuff for sale here. Oh yeah, and then I was going to go to Monterey. Oh yeah, shit, I have 50 peds worth of shrapnel. No one's buying it, so maybe I'll try to lower the price even more. I don't think I can though. No, it's already at the minimum. So I might just have to trade terminal that. If anyone wants to buy some shrapnel for 102%, that would help me out. It's an extra ped. And, oh yeah, I have the metal residue. Almost 400 peds worth. So if anyone could buy that, that would help out too. No, Dream of God usually buys my metal residue. I'm hoping she sees it. This table's kind of white colored, so maybe it won't show up. Should move it to that table. Yeah, so I put the Mankini for sale, or Bikini. Mankini print for sale because I can't put any others for sale. And the prices are going to be lowered, guys, don't worry. I'm pretty sure no high rollers are really going to help support my show, so there's a good chance that you'll be able to buy them cheap soon. Very good chance. Yeah, maybe I'll show off some of the other cool stuff I like to do on Rocktropia. This is the place that I like to do the AI mission. Every once in a while I'll do a lap around Camp Crunk, and you'll find some people have left some AI that they're not even killing. So that usually helps. And if you do the lap around Camp Crunk and you don't find any AI, there's usually some resources on the ground. So you'll find a bunch of fruit, stones, even shit. Literally. Yeah, today's vape menu, I got the Sun Farms sativa going still. But I'm thinking I should have put the weed in the fridge. I know most people don't recommend that, but because of the fucking heat wave I'm in, it seems like my weed is getting harsher quick. I've got it in jars with humidity packs, but it's just not enough. My fucking room's a sauna. Because man, when I first got this weed, it was super, super smooth. And I noticed that problem last year when all of my jars of weed got exposed to really hot temperatures because I was in a heat wave. They all turned harsh. And some of them weren't even dry. So I was thinking maybe it's just heat, temperature, and weed don't agree with each other. Yeah, so what I do is I do a lap around this area. All of Camp Crunk has a pretty big border, but this entire border area is usually where they collect. Yeah, so does anyone want to come on to my Patreon edition clothing optional stream? Entropia stream. And, well, I shouldn't specialize inviting women. I have a bad habit of doing that and making weird comments like that, and guys are always the ones to respond. Fucking pigs. Now, I'll try to be less sexist. I don't know, these days you see so many people are so apologetic all the time. I almost try to rebel and do the opposite. Now, going up this hill over here is usually where I find the most minerals. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I think it's usually those orange fruits that I find around here. Or those big green ones. Papillon or whatever the hell they're called. Who was it? I was listening to McCallie's, or I can't remember how to say her name either, but man, she was pronouncing some of the Entropia stuff so good. It's like she was saying the enemy names. Alophil, I think she was calling the one. How the hell did she find out how to pronounce them? She must just be really good at reading. I don't think she's Swedish or anything. No, if she wants to be a guest on my show, play some Entropia, talk Entropia, just let me know. I'll probably send her an invite soon. To be honest, I still keep wanting to bank a bunch of shows in the bank without fucking up with technical issues. And I was thinking, man, I did it. And then today, fucked it up again. Speaking of, I should check, make sure I don't have any fucking windows open. Oh god. Oh, there's an AI. Now let's hope I got the mission shit. Watch, I've killed him and there's no mission reward going. I know, I heard Calypso was doing automatic missions. Oh god, did it not have the mission started? Son of a fuckwhore. Alright, I guess I'll go and check and see if I can get the missions. I thought I had the mission thing up here as one of the icons. When I click it, it says Galactic emissions. I don't want to see any of those. Like, what the fuck? I've never done any of the Mission Galacticas. Alright, get rid of that shit. I thought I had one for regular missions. The Great AI War. That's not it. Does anyone know that? Oh no, it is collecting them. Good. I was wondering, how come when I kill the AI in the AI War, it never collects or builds up the total of the Great AI War? Whoops, here's someone hunting. So I better not kill any more AI. They might actually be rejuvenating them on purpose. Now I'm trying to do that more often, not to steal other people's AI, because it is kind of annoying if you're trying to do the mission and getting all the AI and someone else just keeps killing them. What I try to do at Camp Crunk is only when people have left and there's no one else here, and then there's just AI running around. Because at that point you can tell that no one else is killing them. And so that's one of the things I like to do on Rocktropia, is I'll do the AI mission, complete it, collect around, what is it, 20 pet or whatever the rewards are. sick how you can do it every day. I don't understand why everyone is in here doing it. Alright, the next, maybe I'll go over to Studio Gate South. I've been telling everyone a lot about the sweating I like to do. I'll give a clue as to the best sweating in all of Entropia. Now this is the ideal best sweating if you just want to do like rapid leveling of sweating, collecting sweat, and solo sweating. This is the worst place you could go if you want to do team sweating and hunting sweating. Or swunting as they call it. And the reason being is these red-haired mobs, called haters, have 300 health. So that's quite a bit of sweat. So what you do is you collect the hater and you slap on a couple rings. You can see my rings, I've got different evade ones, and here I'll show you in a sec as soon as I get to where I am. And what you can do is if you don't have enough rings and stuff to solo sweat these guys, go stand over there and then they'll have people come and help you collect sweat. What I like to do is run off into a corner because I can easily solo sweat these guys without dying. I could probably sweat 2 of them without dying. So this is a good place for me just to level up and tank. Like, if you ever played role-playing games and you want to level up, and you just go to some village and you kill one enemy over and over again until you level up, this is that sort of deal. Now here, solo sweating, I can collect borderline 3k to 4k sweat a day, if I fucking sweat like crazy. Because when you think about it, 300k sweat a mob, you only have to get 3 of them and you're already pushing 1k sweat, or 900. So that's pretty close. And what was the other advantage to this? Or you ask why I don't kill this mob to try to get the sweat? Well, me and Beamer tried that for years and we never once globaled off these things. So even though they have like 300 health, they're fucking... I think the biggest loot we ever got off them was like a 1 ped. I know some people are telling me they got more than 1 ped, but we killed even thousands of them. And never more than 1 ped. I was thinking it might have been because we were in a team and we were sharing the loot in the team. Maybe that fucks your loot pool somehow. Now that was the kind of sad thing, I think. Me and Beamer, we hunted for years and years together. And the amount of globals that we got were very small. Like maybe 2 or 3, 4 maybe. And to think, like, he was spending so much ped. Like, he would burn through thousands of ped a hunt like it was nothing. We did it for like 10 years. That's why I was kind of surprised when people say they make ped hunting. It's like, I watched Beamer hunt for years, and he was going in the negatives bad. Like, not to make fun of his losses, like, he was always very generous with his ped and helping people out and stuff too, but... Oh yeah, Bonnie just logged out of the game. I was going to wish her a happy birthday in the stream and I forgot. Now I wonder if she found out the bad news about the Mankini too. I gave her one and I was telling her that I would try it on, or no, I wasn't telling her. I was telling my stream that I would try it on if I reached 1,000 subs and a big party at my shop. Now I found out I can't even try it on at my shop. So if I did do that 1,000 party sub, now it would have to be at Next Island. Now I'm going to give a shout out to the creators at Next Island. They can hook me up with the shop. I swear, I'll talk good about your playing it every day in a stream. Because that helps you, helps me. Now, what's the other advantages to sweating here? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, the sweat leveling here. I noticed when you're like banking like 4k sweat a day, then your skill level will go up fast. Like I'm talking at one point when I wanted to level up skilling, in sweating. I was getting like a level, I don't know, was it a level every month or something? Which sounds really slow compared to other video games, but for collecting sweat levelings, that's fast. Now I'll bring up my sweat level to show everyone what I'm at. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm level 36 Sweat Gatherer. That's pretty good, no? I know a couple players that I sweat with regularly that are in their 40 level sweat range. I don't think I've seen anyone in 50 yet. If anyone's seen a 50 level Sweat Gatherer, maybe they can post it in the comments. Now this is one of those activities that you can do in Entropia. If you say you're playing Entropia at work and you want to multitask and still play the game. Like shit, when I get 2 or 3 monitors going and I have a sweat circle going, it's pretty easy to monitor it. Oh yeah, I'll jump into the viewer question now. And at least I know what it is and I won't have to open that fucking window. Goddamn, ruin the whole stream with audio issues. Now the person, or it was Daniel that posted a comment yesterday asking about some stuff about owning deeds. And he said thanks for answering the question for him, but he had another question. Which I love because I want to get as many questions for shows as possible. So really appreciate it. Big shout out to Daniel. Thanks for watching and the great questions. No, but his new question was, I'll just paraphrase it because I can't reopen the thing. He was saying something about, can you explain? Well, how did he word it? He was like, can you explain the choice or decision process you make when you're deciding if you should invest in deeds or if you should keep the money and invest it in buying and reselling? So I was explaining to him, and actually it's good that the show didn't record because I was thinking the way I explained it to him wasn't the greatest. No, well what was before is I told him 2 of the decision processes I used to determine it, and then I forgot there was a 3rd. So yeah. First thing you're doing, or what I do, if you want to copy what I'm doing, is if I have a whole bunch of PED, like say maybe a 10,000 PED bankroll, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Should I buy all that PED into deeds, or should I buy and resell items and try to use that as like PED flow to make more money? It's like, what would you guys do? Would you go on a hunting spree? No, so the process that I use to determine it is, what is it? Oh yeah, depends how much time I have in real life allocated towards playing Entropia at the time. Like say it's the winter time and I'm just snow shoveling for money, that's my job. So when there's no snow, I usually get big periods of time off and it sucks outside with the cold temperatures, so I usually play more Entropia. So I was thinking during those time periods is usually when I take a lot of my PED and buy it into deeds because I won't really be playing the game much. So that way the deeds can collect revenue passively for you while you're not even playing. And you just have to come back, collect the money like once a month or whatever. I think I just said it in reverse. In the summertime is when I fucking buy the deeds, because that's when I'm going to be outside playing disc golf all the time. So I will hardly be inside playing Entropia, so then I buy the deeds and let the money build up, and just restock my shops occasionally. But when the winter time comes around, that's when I'll fucking sell my deeds, and be like, hey, now I've got all this bankroll, a lot of time to play the game, so I'm going to start buying items and reselling them, doing more activity of actually using the ped in the game to make money, to make more ped. So that's two of the factors. The one is if I have a lot of time, or the other factor is if I'm not going to be playing the game very much. But then I was forgetting the third option is really the one I'm doing right now, which I think is the more like level approach, is to split it. So you split it so some of your ped is going into deeds and some of your ped is actually being used to buy and resell items. And then you could weigh the balance of both and be like, is the 1,000 ped I'm getting from deed revenue paying out more, or compared to the 1,000 ped that I'm using to buy and resell items? And that's when you start to notice, when you're playing the game more, that it makes more sense to have less deeds, because you're going to be able to buy and resell items and make money way faster than those deeds pay out. So yeah, that's some of the options and stuff I use for determining it. So thanks again, Daniel, for the questions. I hope I answered it correctly. Pretty sure I get the fucking wording on questions mixed up pretty easily. You can tell I get the dates mixed up pretty easily. No, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, shit. Someone was posting that the Ped Flow Center, there's an easier way to access those stocks. So what you do is you go to your Ped card. Here, I'll show you. So you go to your Ped card, you click on here, and then you click the right button, and now it'll give you the Ped Flow Center and the Entropia Exchange. So really, if I was Entropia, I probably would still not just use these, but have these like Ped Flow Center, or at least the Entropia Exchange. Put an icon somewhere on the screen. I know people are like, oh, you got too many icons already, but that's a pretty crucial one. Like, the stocks in the game, holy fuck. Should really have that like easily accessed so people find out about it. Maybe have daily mission, or the occasional mission. It's like, go here, collect this free stuff, open the exchange, look how much shit is worth. Now, I've talked about it before. Deeds, I kind of like owning, just because they're a very good way to have money coming in. Oh yeah, and so I was saying too, like, just like in real life, you don't want to have just one income source. Usually it's a good thing to have like a website, a real job, fucking YouTube channel, book sales, t-shirt sales. They try to diversify your incomes. So that way when there's problems with one income, at least you have some other ones to fall back on. Man, if I was a fucking hot chick with huge tits, I'd definitely be doing some webcamming. Nah, maybe I'll include that to my fucking Patreon, and then no one will ever subscribe to Patreon again. I don't know, I think technically in Canada we can do topless stuff because it's legal here. I don't even know. Man, it's so fucking hot. I swear to God, I want to go outside and just swim all day. It's like I started swimming in the evening every day, because that's usually when my neighbors are all inside and I get a bit of privacy. Well, really, my yard is already so private. The leaves have grown in, but... Yeah, so anyways, when I'm using the pool, it's fucking boiling hot in the pool. I get out of the pool and the air is cold, or it seems cold because I was in the hot pool, but then as soon as I get inside the house, I'm already boiling again. Hey, someone's selling a traveler's hood. I was liking this item. So where is this from? This must be one of the Tulin prints, maybe? Does anyone know where the Traveler's hood is from? Maybe you could post in the comments. I wouldn't mind to find that. Maybe I'll be on a mission to get the blueprint for making these soon. Now, I used to like the old controls in Entropia, where I could show people what my avatar looked like by spinning around and stuff, but I can't figure out any of the controls for the camera angles anymore, so when I try to take pictures of my avatar, I can't even do it anymore. I miss the old controls. Like back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs! No, I was thinking about that. There's going to be entire generations of teenagers that grow up and they'll be buying their weed from the government. I'd be like, man, when I was a teenager, we used to spend so much time trying to find places to buy weed. Sometimes we spend days doing it. And it usually resulted in us going to gangs to get it. But the gangs had some good shit. Yeah, this pure Sun Farms weed, I like the taste of it. I actually stopped dripping oil in it just because I wanted to taste the pureness of the weed. It's like pouring too much ketchup on the food you like to eat. It kind of ruins the spices. Right, so I'm not going to spend too much time sweating, you guys. I figured I'd just drop by, show you the hater spot where I like to collect sweat. Maybe I'll do some more of the fun stuff on Rocktropia. Put the vaporizer down for a bit. Alright, I'm back. Just got a little bit of a call from my roommate there. Had to go and take my uncle to the washroom. At least today we gave him some of his medications and he was cooperative with going to the washroom, so I wasn't gone for very long. Still the same mob. You can see that sweating one dry of 300 sweat does take quite a while. But it will help build up your concentration skills and all that jazz. Now I'm pretty sure as far as easy mobs to sweat, this is probably the easiest for one player to get the most sweat. Yeah, so you can see I've increased evade chance by 8%, increased dodge chance, increased jamming, which avoids mind force attacks, decreased damage potential, and then increased health and increased regeneration by 40%. So having these rings equipped pretty much renders me invulnerable to these haters. I'm assuming this trick works with a few other mobs in Entropia, ones we could never sweat solo before. Once you equip a few rings, all of a sudden you can. It's called the Agilic Ring Modified, an Athenic Ring Adjusted. I'm pretty sure instead of getting the modified ring of the angelic one, is that I'm going to go with the perfected. But I'll have to check how the price of the perfected has been doing on auction. Last time I was looking was within my price range, so I should have bought it. Now it may seem like a bit of a ridiculous investment. Let's see how much these rings run you. That's not too bad. A month ago it was 100 ped. Now it's up to fucking 150. So can you imagine all the people that stocked up on 100 ped and then sold a bunch for 150? I find I do that quite a bit with items. I'll just track the item history and buy big ticket items for 100 or 2 ped off. Like maybe I'll do a video on it next time I see them on auction, is I'll buy a cheap hairstylist chair or something, get it for 100 or 200 ped, and then I'll sell it for 450. And it takes a few tries, but usually I can. Holy shit, ring price has been skyrocketing lately. This one costs 300 now, but I think when I bought it, I got it for around 200. Yeah, I was wondering that. Would the increase of Entropian players drive up the prices on everything? Looks like it is. Yeah, so that's some of the information, how to do some professional sweating here on Rocktropia. Sweat prices on Rocktropia can vary pretty dramatically. I know some people sell it for dirt cheap, around 1 ped. That's usually what I buy it for. And I used to have some for sale in my shop, but it's been selling out so fast that I don't have any more for sale. Hoping the next 10k I have, I'll be able to restock it. Now I might buy some sweat off players, or heck, Beamer used to always donate sweat for the shop, and that's why it's been running so low. So if anyone else wants to help out, maybe donate some sweat to the shop, that'd be cool. I know some players, they actually collect sweat just for the skills, and then they just give the sweat away. Sometimes they already have lots of ped, and they're just doing the sweating for extra free skills. Alright, what else do I have on the agenda? Next thing, maybe instead of doing anything here, is probably start getting ready to go to Monria, so I can do some of the crafting of explosive projectiles there, just to show you how easy it is to complete the mission and get the skills. Now, a lot of players have probably already seen the Monria skill mission and don't really care, but for the ones that haven't seen it, it'll be pretty good. Not just pretty good, it'll be amazing. Who knows, maybe I can pull off a global. I have had one global doing it there. Yeah. I still haven't put together that list of Entropian YouTubers. If anyone wants me to add them to theirs, maybe I'll just start creating it, and then if anyone doesn't want their name on the list, because my show is pretty wild. But yeah, if anyone doesn't want me on the list, then just mention it and I'll take it off. I think I'll do Raven Jade, Serial Overdrive. What is it, Lord Spade? I think I'll have to check his channel name out. I'll probably be saying his in reverse too. God, I don't know why I always say everything in reverse. It's like I speak dyslexic. Yeah, that McCallie chick, or McKaylee, something like that. I would link Pig Bennis's channel, but I don't think he's made Entropia videos for a number of years. Although we could just link it for the hell of it, because he was good at making them. I forget what games he's working on now, but he just switched to other games. Which I'm surprised he's able to do that. I always had issues switching back to other games, because I'm like, fuck, the loot sucks. It's always worth nothing. I want to get loot that actually has real value in real life. And there's only one game I can do that. I shouldn't say I never play other games. I got the NVIDIA Shield and I started going into the archive of the games that I own on systems that I don't have hooked up to HD anymore. So it was neat to play some of them in HD. I was playing 3DO games. I used to love the 3DO console. Although I couldn't believe how shitty 3DO is now. When I started playing it, I'm like, holy shit, these games are horrible. The one that translated okay was Street Fighter. Because Street Fighter is pretty much the same game. Fuck, Road Rash. I always remembered 3DO Road Rash as being good. Now that I've seen it again, I'm like, holy shit, it was horrible. Like, what a boring game. It's like you wipe out once, your whole fucking race is like over. And it takes you like 45 minutes to win the race. So I was like, dear God, we used to actually play this. Where you'd race for a fucking half hour, and just one crash, you're fucked. We had a lot of patience back then. Can you imagine playing a game like that these days? People would be like, fuck, take that game and throw it in the trash. No, another game I was playing the other day was like Krusty's Funhouse. I have that game for NES kicking around somewhere. I haven't played it in years. Because my NES doesn't even work anymore. But anyways, I fucking booted up the game on NVIDIA Shield. Like, man, this game's cool. And then I tried to play the first level. I fucking couldn't beat the first level. Which is funny because when I was a kid, I beat that whole game from scratch. I got really good at it. And I was like, holy shit, now I can't even beat the first level. So I don't know, I think my gaming skills have dramatically declined over the years. I used to have way more patience, and I used to be able to beat games that today I have no clue how to beat them. Maybe it's just the game, like Krusty's Funhouse, it was like this mouse game. It's really hard. Remember lemmings, how you had to like lure lemmings or lead them off cliffs? So it's the same deal with Krusty's Funhouse. Is he had an outbreak of the mouse. What is it from The Simpsons? Itchy and Scratchy. So anyways, the mouse, you had to get him back into his cage or whatever. So you had to put up obstacles to try to lure the mouse to go in. And it was a lot of strategy where you could pick different places to put it. A lot of different jumps and platforming that you had to do in order to make it to put them. It was a fucking hard game. I think it might have been one of those games where they made the first level really hard, and then after that it got a little easier. Like back in the day when we were gamers, they used to fuck people like that. Like, oh, this game's fucking impossible, just give up. Meanwhile, you make it to the second level and it gets easier. Now, I remember when I was a kid and I used to go into video game stores. The people in the video game store would always brag to each other about what game they could beat. One kid would be in there and be like, I beat Super Mario 1. And another kid would be like, shit, that's easy. I beat Super Mario 3. And everybody would be like, oh. I kind of miss that like competitive edge. Like today, anyone can beat any game because you just get infinite continues and you can always just keep going. Back Super Mario 3 days, like you had limited lives and continues. So once you made it to a certain point in the game, if you kept playing and kept dying, you would just die and have to start all over. No, that was Mario 2 and 1. I think by part 3 they had somewhat save files. Yeah, once you made it to a certain stage, you had to unlock that stage. And if you couldn't beat the stage, then you couldn't just make it past it. Yeah, so by Mario 3 they had already adopted the modern gaming level system. No, so it was Mario 1 and Mario 2 that you actually had to beat them all in one go. Every once in a while I'll do that. I'll forget that my vaporizer is turned off and just take a hoot out of it. Ugh. I swear, inhaling water that tastes like ammonia is not really the greatest unless you put weed through it. Holy shit, am I collecting a lot of sweat from this guy or what? And you can see I have about 90 sweat to go. Yeah, so this video is probably going to end before the time I'm finished sweating this guy. Alright, so before I do that then, let's get a little bit more action. I don't want to end the video sweating. Yeah, so if you want to come and find the best sweating spot on Rocktropia, head here. It's called Studio Gate South. If you happen to pick up a red-haired mob, and a bunch of other ones drag on, and you don't want to have to kill them in order to separate them, you can just use this wall. So sometimes I'll put the mobs I want to keep on one side of the wall, the ones I want to kill on the other. See, now he's trapped on the other side of the wall, and I can leave without killing him. But I'll kill him anyways because someone's probably not going to want to find him and realize he doesn't have much sweat left. Alright, sorry, that was just another brief interruption by my roommate. I'll finish taking this mob back for a beating in the turret. Managed to get a little bit more sweat out of him. Yeah, you can see quite a bit of the noobs from Rocktropia will be found here collecting sweat, selling sweat. So if you're a crafter and you're on Rocktropia and you need to hook up with some sweat, and my shop is all sold out, then I suggest just swing by here, Studio Gate South. You should be able to find some sweat. And you can see I'm inching closer back to the 10k. It doesn't take long. Like shit, maybe after I'm done the stream, I'll do some hardcore sweating today and collect this back up to another 3k. And then I'll fucking set it up at the shop before I fly to Monria. So that way someone can come and help the show if they want to buy some sweat. I'm pretty sure I have to raise sweat prices back up to 1.5 just to compete with Entropia partners. They're buying sweat now for 1.5. And here's a little glimpse at some of the items that I got in my items and Rocktropia. If anyone needs some, just let me know. I think Rocktropia is one of the planets that have a big selection of dung. Or maybe it's sold already. I'll check. Yeah, so if you're looking for my shop on Rocktropia, it's called the Camp Crunk. But before I do that, maybe let's swing by Raven Jade's channel. Or not channel, shop. Now, I think I always get nervous when I mention Raven Jade too, because she's like one of the hottest YouTubers in all of Entropia. And she has one of the coolest shops. So she's kind of like an Uber. Get nervous around her. Yeah, so these are some of the cool shops. I probably won't show all the shops here because a lot of them have super good prices. Usually what I do is I just buy items from these shops, put them for sale in my shop, and they sell fast. So I usually make a couple extra ped doing that. Oh yeah, here's Raven Jade's shop. Yeah, I like it when she has red hair. Now she's also from Canada. I think she lives out east, she was saying. Yeah, she recently posted some videos to her YouTube channel. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, it was just my uncle. I had to finish carrying him back to his room. And where was I? Oh yeah, I was just showing Raven Jade's Vampire Tomb. It's your place for weapons, crafting supplies, and all that goes bump in the night. Forgive them if they take a bite while you shop. You just taste so good. Yeah, that's a pretty good sign. I like that one. Now, see these Thrilla zombie statues? I'll show you some of the funny shit with this. See the markup value? It's only around 27 ped. This was one of the gifts that we used to get, like the really cool gifts from owning a shop on Rocktropia. They would give the shop owners gifts, like every time Christmas or Halloween or something would come. Regular people on Entropia would get gifts, but then the shop owners would get extra cool gifts. I think this zombie statue is one of them, because I got it, and when I got it, I'm like, holy shit, this statue's sick. So I put it for sale in my shop for like 100 plus TT, and it sold, like in the first couple days. So it's like these people that have only had 36 of them that let it go for 27 ped, that was pretty low. Like they probably could have got 4 times that if they would have just increased the price, put an increased minimum. It's a pretty sick statue. Alright, so I'll go check and see if there's anything else inside the shop I wanted to see. Now I was thinking I was going to message Raven Jade and see if what time she's going to be in the game. I was going to hook her up with her choice of a bikini or a mankini for doing cool videos, but I'm pretty sure I only have the option of giving her the bikini because I can't even trade the mankinis off anywhere but Next Island. Or maybe you can still trade them. I'll try to find out. Yeah, and she's got some shopkeepers, so I'd like to give her a mankini and test to see if she can put it for sale on that. Maybe that's one way to get around the sale block. Maybe they just blocked it from regular shelves, but maybe you can still sell it in a shopkeeper. I know, Raven Jade usually has so many good items in her shop that I can just buy random ones, put them in my shop, and they'll sell like crazy. And I can increase the price. Holy, she has the Soulmate Apollo. I wonder if that's the one that I had for sale. Probably not. No, mine had an extra TT slot. And it had an enhancer. Actually, I had 2 slots unlocked, I think, and an enhancer. That's not a bad price. Like, mine sold for TT plus 80, but a little bit more ped was spent on unlocking those. Alright, so what else do we got? Some of these candles are pretty cool. Maybe I should try to sell one at my shop. I like the low TT value. It's a decoration, not for sale. Now what I'd like to do with my shops is I'll put decorations, but when I do, I always put them for sale too, unless it's a non-tradable item. Now people are always asking me, because I carry these all the time, how much they can get one for. It's not for sale either. Now I notice some people say it's kind of annoying to put your decorations for sale if people can buy them, because then you'll just have to come back and redecorate. So what I do is I increase the decoration price to make it worth my while. Like add an extra 5 ped or something. So that way if people buy it, at least it's worth my while to come back. Holy shit, Raven Jade's got some sick posters, eh? Look at that gigantum sign. Oh, these skeleton masks are pretty cool. I bet you I could resell one. Yeah, so it appeared in the Halloween gift in 2015. Or maybe not a gift, but... It's got a pretty low TT value. Let's see if I can find something else a little suitable. Giant sack. Now ideally what I'm looking for is an item that's very cheap. Because my TT or ped value is pretty low right now. Until I can sell my metal residue. Or some other blueprints at my shop. Which kind of pisses me off. I just realized that when I watched the clips from my old video, I forgot to price some of the items in the FOMA shop. So I'm going to have to go back. Which isn't the end of the world. Yeah, that's what I did, is I bought up some human skulls and brought them to my shop in FOMA, and they did sell pretty good. People like to use them as decorations. Eh? Yeah, I like how that thing moves around. That's pretty sick. It's tempting to buy back black paint. I always wanted to paint myself. Or not me, but the jacket that I'm wearing. I've had it colored green for quite a long time, and I anticipated that it was only going to be a short time. Holy shit. Ah, so this gives her a full player name. I was always wondering what her name was. Kara Raven Jade Summerwind. That's a pretty cool name. Ooh, she's got some blueprints. Yeah, the Horny Devil monster truck. I'll have to ask Raven if she's been actually crafting herself. I doubt she'd be reselling prints. Wow, she has some really good ones. Now, normally what I like to do when I buy and resell stuff is try to find something that has a decent markup. Pretty close. Yeah, I love how many shopkeepers she has. Holy shit. Wanted to check out the market value on a shop, but it won't let me check. Ooh, Canadian mask. That's pretty cool. So it's normally +7, +11. Tempting. Ooh, I always wanted to see those gowns. Holy shit, that's a pretty sick rocket launcher. Alright, so we're over the hour mark, so I'm gonna have to pick something to buy in the shop. I've never actually seen the Hell Keys. That's pretty cool. Ah, so she has her metal residue priced at 103. I should try to price it the same. Speed metal, that's some good stuff to have. Yeah, these are some of the things that Mike King Beanut used to craft. I think I talked about that in my last episode. The one that's going to get deleted. Right, since I'm so broke, I think I'm going to buy this item and see if I can resell it. And I'll try to save up some more PED, if you guys can help out. My PED value will be restocked much quicker with some extra sales. Now another shop that I recommend is checking out his Docs. Doc is one of the guys that helps out a lot with Rocktropia, I believe. So definitely check out his shop. And yeah, next episode, what I'll be doing is probably, let's see. Yeah, let's finish everything up on Rocktropia. I think I pretty much got everything stocked I need. Maybe I'll try to reach Raven before I leave. And then after I'm going to fly to Monria and I'll try that crafting run with the explosive projectile prints and show you guys what the collecting the extra reward is like, all the extra skills. Yeah, so all the extra skills and rewards in the next video I hope is exciting. Maybe I'll give some more of the history about that. Oh yeah, the viewer question, fuck, I can't even remember if I answered it in this episode. Oh yeah, I did. And if I didn't and I watched the replay, I'll cover it next episode. Alright, thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, I'll try to get another episode out tomorrow. I'm going to keep going for the daily episodes, see how long I can do it. The last game I was doing it for, I managed to do over a month, so hoping I can do that for Entropia as well. If anyone wants to help with the Patreon, that really gives me energy to keep going. Because when I see people are supporting me on Patreon, I feel like a professional. And yeah, so what else was there? Let's think here. What's one of my favorite animals? If you happen to have a Galapagos lizard that went extinct, but it was rejuvenated by another species of lizard that transformed back into the one that had gone extinct, and it took a dump in your vaporizer, you vaporize that, then definitely give the video a dislike. Now I was reading articles about that. A lot of animals that have gone extinct come back and they're trying to figure out how. Some cases they just put ones of similar species and then come back and they've transformed. More than meets the eye. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching, and to make sure that you check out the links below as well. You can get money back from cashback on purchases, watching videos. You can even find out how to make a deposit from Entropia Partners into Entropia the game, so that you can win free stuff in Entropia Partners and start using it in Entropia game. And if you sign up to do that, watch the video. The first video that you can watch in that shows you how to withdraw is mine. So yeah, I appreciate if you watch that video, and you can even get paid to do it. Alright, thanks again everyone. Make sure you never buy the products from our sponsor, because it will ruin your life. We'll catch you later.